You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your full roster of weekly spoilers for Monday, October 14th through Friday, October 18th. Martin Gray is in a rage at Anna Devane, and it looks like Dante might be facing real trouble at work, maybe even firing. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive right in with the action starting on Monday, October 14th, season 62, episode 28. Dex offers an understanding ear to Molly, who is excited to have some good news coming her way. Obviously, she thinks Sonny's going to confess, go to jail. Alexis is out. Molly is all about it. Alexis' fate is determined that same day. Dante showed up at the end of Friday's episode, and this should carry over onto Monday. He plans to interrupt Anna shuffling Sonny into the interrogation room to tell him about the ballistics report that the police are keeping secret, which they are entitled to do while they're questioning a suspect, by the way. That's standard procedure. But I also wonder if Dante called Martin, because Martin Gray shows up at the PCPD in an absolute rage with Anna in front of the federal prosecutor, shouting, "Why wasn't I notified about the new evidence?" Meanwhile, Alexis and Christina are still talking at Pentonville, and she tells her that Sonny's the one who got us into this, and he's the one who has to get us out. And Alexis may have her day in court on Monday. We'll see, because of the fate is determined spoiler. And there's a photo of Alexis in court in her Pentonville duds, and Christina and Michael are standing behind her. So maybe the federal prosecutor brings her in to dismiss the charges with the judge based on what Anna has found and been hiding. Meanwhile, Rick shocks Curtis Ashford, and Curtis tells him that he wants to know how this is going to play out. Obviously, it's about the Heather case, and I do think Rick is going to tell him that there's probably a good chance he's going to be able to get her out. Liz is talking to someone at the hospital asking, "What did you get me into this time?" Maybe it's about Rick. We'll see. And Liz also opens up to her friend Terry Randolph about Lucky. Brad makes a bold move on Monday. He tells someone, "I may have found something interesting." He figured out right away that Portia changed that test result. Maybe she had to log into the system with her own credentials. So I don't know if he's talking to Terry or to Liz or to Portia herself. We'll see. Tuesday, October 15th is season 62, episode 29. Michael is tempted. That's kind of a wide open proposition. And Ned has a proposition for Drew. And it seems like this has got to be about who's going to be the CEO of ELQ. And maybe also about Willow and what James told Ned. Isaiah Gannon springs into action. The guy's a doctor, and he's also a friend of Lucky, so this could be something medical. It could be something to do with Lucky. And Sam gets important news. Maybe she'll find out that her mom is home. We are getting closer and closer to that final scene of hers. Should be towards the end of the month, no, though not quite yet. And Brooklyn Quartermaine clashes with her granny, Tracy Q. And I'm sure it's got to be about Tracy overstepping and sending lawyer Diane up to the school to address this Violet issue when BLQ and Chase had it well in hand before she arrived. Wednesday, October 16th is episode 30 of season 62. Tracy has some words with Cody. Sounds harsh, but I wonder if she is actually thanking him for going up to get tested to see if he is a match for Lulu, because Tracy loves her some Lulu. Am I right? Brennan ambushes Anna. I'm wondering if he heard from Carly that Anna was trash talking him, or if it's about another matter. Sasha makes a request from Michael, and Elizabeth and Portia are puzzled. Meanwhile, Jordan goes out on a dinner date with Isaiah. I like their energy. I think it's very nice. We'll see. Thursday, October 17th. episode 31 of the current season, Dante and Sam are relieved. Now, maybe this is about Rocco, who has been acting out, or maybe because of all the efforts, they have found a donor for Lulu. Meanwhile, Ric Lansing plays dirty, and we'll see if this is about him trying to reconcile with Liz or if it's about Heather's lawsuit. My guess is the latter, that it's something about Heather. Tracy offers Cody some assistance. She really likes him. I don't think it's romantic. She just doesn't make friends easily, and she already lost Finn, and I think she wants Cody to stick around. And Sasha gets some life-altering news. We'll see what that news is. I don't think she would have been able to be tested as a donor for Lulu, so I doubt that's what it is, considering her past drug addiction and that heart attack overdose thing she had. She is probably not a candidate. And Holly has to explain herself on Thursday. I expect Sidwell back soon, but I'm guessing it's more of explaining what she has been doing. I was really excited on Friday's show to hear them acknowledge the existence of Ethan as another sibling of Lulu's, and they said that Ethan got tested, and I think they said he was not a match. But it's nice to see that they're actually counting kids and making sure that they tell us everybody was tested. Friday, October 18th wraps up next week with episode 32 of season 62. Laura has a talk with Tracy Quartermaine about the past, and it's got to be about the two people that they have in common that they both love so much, Luke Spencer and Lulu Spencer. Tracy is obviously sick to death over the idea that Lulu would die. Tracy was a very good stepmother to Lulu, and I think part of the time that she was her stepmom was when Laura was absent in Port Charles, if I recall correctly. And of course, Lucky being back is bringing up all these reminders of Laura, because Lucky is definitely channeling a lot of Luke's bad behaviors of bailing on his family and risk-taking behaviors, things like that, bailing on his kids, the usual. Meanwhile, Liz has an update for Lucky, and I'm also wondering if that's about the donor or maybe it's something about Aiden. Felicia is there to encourage Holly on Friday. Maybe it's something like, if you want Robert, go for it. She seems to be just fine with the idea of it, but Mac is on fire and doesn't want that woman anywhere near his big brother. Ned comforts BLQ on Friday, and Molly versus Christina explodes all over again by the end of next week. And with Alexis out of prison, this is probably more to do with the case that's still pending with Ava and Christina over the baby's death. We'll see.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.